Hey there. So we all watched this week as the Kansas City Chiefs made a bid for a three-peat. Of course, they lost in the Super Bowl to the Philadelphia Eagles. And the greatness of that Chiefs team reminds us just how hard it is, how rare it is for anyone to be the best of the best 3 years in a row. So the stock market equivalent to that would be big tech. If we look back 2023, 2024, they were the undisputed champs. Can they continue their run of excellence in 2025? We'll find out. Specifically, how dominant have they been? The Mag 7, the Magnificent 7 tech stocks, you know the names, they attributed 63% of the total stock market growth of the S&P 500 in 2023, 55% in 2024. That's 7 companies out of 500. So it's crazy at how much they've moved the needle just all by themselves. Let's start off with maybe 3 reasons they won't three-peat. Number one, the market is just about as lopsided as it's ever been. So right now, the top 50 out of those 500 stocks, the largest 50 stocks, the S&P 500, makes up about 75% of the market. So the last couple of times we've seen it get near this high was right before the tech bubble burst. I don't think this is a bubble, by the way. And right before, the Great Depression. So hopefully you don't see a scenario like that either. But rotation is a regular thing. Timing that sort of thing is impossible, but we know we're going to see some kind of rotation at some point. So that's number one. Number two is increased competition from competitors. So we saw the headlines from DeepSeek, the Chinese startup, a couple weeks ago. Do they have a better widget? Are they able to deliver what NVIDIA does, but with less energy? That news came out. NVIDIA dropped 17% in one day. So since then, they've climbed back. They're about even for the year. But we know there's going to be increased competition. It's not just going to be 7 companies that are doing everything. Number 3 is, hey, tech could do just fine this year, but do we see some outperformance from other segments of the market? So as others are beginning to adopt AI and start to use that to their advantage, profit margins are increasing. Some of those other markets, some of those other sectors are valued a lot more attractively. Do we see somebody else start to blow up? So there's lots of upside in other areas that's not just tech. Okay, what about some reasons they will? So 3 reasons they will. Number 1 is earnings. Like I said, I don't think this is a bubble. Earnings growth the last couple of years has been over 30% in that area. So far, for fourth quarter earnings reports in the tech segment, 85% of tech companies that have reported have provided positive earnings surprise, meaning they've outpaced their estimates. And really, those Mag 7 growth projections are still much higher than the rest of the collective market. So there is substance behind these stock results. Number 2, believe it or not, those tech valuations, though they're high, they have come down a little bit. So they actually dipped down as low as 30 times earnings if we remove Tesla. Okay, Tesla's still out of control. So 6 of those 7, put them together, 30 times earnings. That's still a big number, but it's a lot lower than it had been. The rest of the market, the S&P as a whole, is about 22 times earnings. So that's not exactly on sale either. So we don't love elevated earnings, but hey, the gap is shrinking. Number 3, so the new administration has expressed that the U.S. is the leader for AI, and they want to keep it that way. If you look at how many of those CEOs attended the presidential inauguration, that was not by accident. And maybe it'll be a friendlier environment for them as some of these tariffs and things are being implemented versus other sectors, other segments of the market. So, hey, in a 12-month period, it's anyone's guess what could happen. Everything is a calculated risk, as we always say. But one thing's for sure, we're not done talking about these companies and their impact going forward. The only thing I can bet on is I hope it's a closer performance than what we saw in the Super Bowl. But hey, thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts or questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.